And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're taking a look at a game called Craftsmen. Craftsmen is a game about, well, hiring craftsmen and having them build things for you. This is a classic Euro game through and through, where you do different things to build resources. I'm trying to think of a more interesting way to describe it, but it's not. That doesn't mean it's a bad game. The mechanics could be solid. Let's take a look at them. I'm not going to go over every rule of this game. I'm just going to try to give you a basic overview. This is what the game looks like when you start. There's different buildings that are placed up here. There are money cards that are different colors of money and different values. And players are going to get some workers that they're going to have. Basically, in turn order, players are going to place 5 workers on the board. And there's lots of different spots that they can place them. And these different spots, if you may notice them, have you'll see green ribbons, and there's also a gold circle and a silver circle. The first person puts it in the first spot, and if you put it in the gold circle, you get quote unquote a privilege, a special ability that only you will, gives you the best spot. And then you have to put them in order. Then after that, players will be able to put them on top. So as players are placing them, let's say black was there, and I put one on top. When you put something on top, you have to pay a money card or give up points, unless there's a green ribbon, in which case you can go on top of that one for free. And there's only room for 6 at each spot. Once all these workers have been placed out, players are going to resolve the different spots. At the first spot is the Money Guild. Here you get to draw 4 money cards and keep 2. You can take some of the cards from the face-up ones or from the deck. If you go on the gold circle, you only have to discard 1 of the cards. Now, money cards are going to be numbered from 1 to 3 on them. However, if you have 2 cards of the same color, then that's worth 5. If you have 3 cards of the same color, it's worth 10. 4 cards of the same color is 15. Unfortunately, as far as I can tell, the colors don't have different backgrounds, so they're going to look very similar to each other for those who are colorblind. But anyway, that's one way to get money, so each person there will get to do it. They'll take 4 money cards and get rid of 2. So they'll do that in turn order, and up to 6 people will possibly do that action. The second action allows you to build buildings that you may have. Now each person is going to start with a lumberjack card in front of them. Lumber mill cards. These lumber mill cards are 2 different colors. As you place new buildings down on the table, those colors must match one of the 2 colors as you do each one. Unless you're the person who picked the privilege here, that person doesn't have to match the colors. The cost of putting out one of these buildings is going to be 2, 3, or 6, depending on whether it's a normal building, an expert building, or an advanced building. The next spot is the notary here, and here you get to buy face-up building cards that are at the bottom of the board. And these building cards will have different costs associated with them. When you buy these building cards, unlike when you put a building in front of you, you pay whatever money you want. When you buy these, though, you must buy with the color of the building. So this, you can only use blue cards. This, you could use red or green money cards. The person who, you can also try to buy from the top of the pile, but the privilege, the gold circle, lets you look through 5 cards before you do that. The next stop is the Craftsmen's Guild, right here. And there, players are going to be able to put cube markers on their basic building cards. Now this is going to be a little unusual. Players each have several cubes, and you're going to be able to put a cube here, and then that cube becomes a grape. Later on, you may be able to move that grape to another building and transform it to something else. For example, this advanced building here, you can see that it needs grape, honey, and rum. So you can move a cube from one spot to another spot. You can also send these raw goods to the market, and there's different spots up here, and I'm not going to go into full detail on the market, but there's different neutral goods in the market that you can replace, or you can sell goods over here in the market, and later on you'll be able to ship goods out in the market here to get different victory points. The last 2 spots over here allow you to buy goods that you might need from this market down here, and up here you can change turn order and take these worker markers, which you can use use on future turns to get things that you need to maybe to spend for goods, etc. They have different uses, these work orders. Now, the game takes place over 3 years. Each year has 4 seasons, and a couple more minor details happen between seasons. But in the winter season, it's a shorter year. You only do a couple phases during the winter season, and then you're going to score. Players who have put goods down here will get points for them as the ships take them away. Points will be given for here. Players also can invest in the city. You have to get rid of 4 cards that have money cards that all have different values, and you will get points for those cards. So it's kind of an extra way to get money. So for example, I could get rid of these 4 cards here, and I would get 1, 3, 6, 7 points for those cards. And after 3 years, then you go through winter phase. Whoever has the most points is the winner. They're called appreciation points that you have gotten from different various spots on the board. I'm sorry, guys. Craftsmen is the very epitome of everything I hate about Euro games, in which you do something to change something to something else, to do something to something else. But this game is this game is complex to be complex. It's a bunch of mechanisms. This is what they did. They said, "Hey, let's throw in some worker placement. Hey, I know what. Let's throw in worker placement with special abilities. And let's do some funky turn order stuff. And let's do money in different colors. Works for Alhambra, that's pretty good. Let's do resources that change into other resources. Let's do special tokens that you can do. Let's do different various ships that sail from harbor like Puerto Rico. Let's do all that." And then they put it together like, and that is Craftsmen. And maybe if you play it multiple times, it will come together. But I'm telling you, this game is slow. You go through the turn, and there's a very long worker placement turn, and people are like, okay, I should go here to get money cards. Yeah, money cards. We need money cards. But, okay, I want to build a building, but to build a building, I need money cards to build a building, to buy the building first, and then I need them of a certain color, and then I want to get this building, and then I need to take this and put these goods in this building, and then I need the goods from this building to transform to this building, and then I need to send them over here. And there's all these steps in this game, and that's one turn. And there is 9 full turns and 3 half turns, and one turn is so long and so sloggy, especially when you play with the full complement of 5 players. The components are kind of boring looking too. I already mentioned they weren't colorblind friendly, and everything is just blots, matching colors and moving cubes. I don't know. I couldn't get past the overall complexity of everything with the lack of satisfaction. Now, maybe some people will like this because some people like these point games and try to get different points, but this one is definitely not for me. So I cannot recommend this. I wish I liked it more, but it's complexity for complexity's sake, and that's not a good game. That's just, you cannot throw mechanics in a box. Anyway, I don't like it.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.
There.